next one. He wishes to know how much time I take in completing the projects. We discussed this rule, subjunctive mode. I wish, you wish, we wish, they wish, he wishes, she wishes, subjunctive mode. All these will be followed by a clause in the simple past tense. I wish, you wish, he wishes, she wishes. All these will be followed by simple past tense. And simple past is subject plus V2. Now come to the statement. He wishes to know how much time I take in completing the projects. I take, the pronoun I is a subject here. Take is V1, subject plus V1 is simple present. He wishes cannot be followed by simple present. It must be followed by simple past tense. That is the error. So the error is in part C. Now in fact, the correct sentence must be, he wishes to know how much time I took in completing the project. Took is V2 and subject plus V2 is simple past. He wishes followed by simple past tense. Now the whole sentence is grammatically correct. He wishes to know how much time I took in completing the project. The next one. You are quite cynical when you say that the reason why we have such a large turnout is because we are serving refreshments. The reason why is a cause and effect indicator. Because is also a cause and effect indicator. We have two cause and effect indicators in this sentence. The error is regarding the concept of redundancy. So going from the left to the right, because is not required in this sentence. The error is in part C. So correct sentence must be, you are quite cynical when you say that the reason why we have such a large turnout is we are serving refreshments. The sentence started in the present, ended in the present, tense constancy is there. The whole statement now is grammatically correct. The next one. She is very beautiful but intelligent. We have two ideas in this sentence. She is very beautiful is one idea. She is intelligent is the other idea. We have two ideas here. She is very beautiful is positive. She is intelligent is also positive. We have two positive ideas here. But is a contrast indicator. A contrast indicator can never connect two positive ideas. It must always connect one positive idea and one negative idea. We have two positive ideas here. We cannot go for a contrast indicator. That is the error. The error is in part C. That means in this case, it cannot be but, it must be and. She is very beautiful and intelligent. And is a support indicator connecting two positive ideas. This statement now is grammatically correct. The next one. No sooner had he arrived than he was asked to leave again. No sooner cannot be followed by then. No sooner will be followed by than. That is a rule we discussed. So the error is in this part. The two orders are no sooner had subject V3 followed by than. No sooner did subject V1 plural followed by than. Come to statement once again. No sooner had he arrived. No sooner than had subject is he. Arrived is V3 here. So no sooner had subject V3 followed by than he was asked to leave again. The same idea in the no sooner did form becomes no sooner did he arrive than he was asked to leave again. The same meaning but two different forms. The error is in part C. When her son got a job, then she was very happy. When her son got a job, then she was very happy. We have two words in this sentence conveying the same meaning. One is when and the other one is then. When her son got a job, then she was very happy. When and then almost convey the same meaning. Error is with redundancy. The error is in part B in this statement. Then is not required here. When her son got a job, she was very happy. When her son got a job, the sentence started in the past. She was very happy, ended in the past. Tense constancy is there. Now this statement is grammatically correct. The next one. No sooner the teacher entered the class then the students stood up. Without thinking much, I can say the error is in part A, because it's always no sooner had or no sooner did. In part A, had is not there, did is also not there, so undoubtedly the error is in part A. Now we need to find out whether it must be no sooner had or no sooner did. I repeat, no sooner had subject V3. If had is there, the verb must be in the third form, past participle form. No sooner did subject V1 plural. If did is there, the verb must be V1 in the V1 form and the two plural. It's always did plus V1 plural. No sooner teacher enter the class. The verb in this sentence is enter. Enter is V1 plural. Enter is V1. Entered is V2. Entered is V3 as well. Enter, entered, entered. So enter is V1 plural because no S, no ES, no IS. So in this sentence, the verb is in the V1 plural form. So it is very clear that it cannot be no sooner had, it must be no sooner did. So the correct sentence must be, no sooner did the teacher enter the classroom than the students stood up. So no sooner than did, the subject is a teacher, enter is V1 plural followed by than. No sooner did subject V1 plural followed by than. The students stood up. The students is subject here, stood is V2 here, subject plus V2, started in the past, ended in the past, tense constancy is there, grammatically correct. The same idea in the no sooner had form becomes, no sooner had the teacher entered the class than the students stood up. No sooner had the teacher entered the class than the students stood up. The same meaning but two different forms. The next one. As soon as the peon rings the first bell, then all the students come to the assembly room for prayer. As soon as and then become an error with redundancy. As soon as and then becomes an error means singular. An error with redundancy. As soon as conveys the same meaning as then. So two words conveying almost the same meaning. Error is with redundancy. In this statement, then is not required. The error is in part B. Now come to a statement. We'll see whether it is grammatically correct or not. As soon as the peon rings the first bell, the students come to the assembly room for prayer. As soon as the peon rings the first bell, the sentence started in the present. So whole statement must be in the present tense, only then there will be tense constancy. As soon as the peon rings the first bell, all the students come to the assembly room for prayer. Come is present tense, started in the present, ended in the present, tense constancy is there. Now this sentence is grammatically correct. The next one. He did not succeed in the examination, yet he worked hard and adopted the right strategy. Yet is a contrast indicator. Must connect one positive idea and one negative idea. The idea before it is he did not succeed in the examination, negative. The idea after it is he worked hard and adopted the right strategy, positive. So the concept of contrast indicators is completely fine. Connecting one positive idea and one negative idea. I told you we need to find out whether a sentence is grammatically correct and whether it makes sense or not. Every sentence must be grammatically correct and must make sense. If it is grammatically correct but doesn't make sense, without thinking much, eliminate the option. Okay, so spotting sentence improvement and all. Fill in the blank, sentence improvement and all. Now come to this statement once again. He did not succeed in the examination, yet he worked hard and adopted the right strategy. My question is, which is the action that should get completed first? Working hard and adopting the right strategy, or not succeeding in the examination? Working hard and adopting the right strategy must be the action completed first, according to the meaning. That must be the meaning, because only that meaning makes sense. First, working hard and adopting happens, then only taking the examination happens. He did not succeed in the examination, yet he worked hard and adopted the right strategy means, according to the given sentence, the action that happened first is not succeeding in the examination, and the action happened second is working hard, adopting a right strategy. The right strategy. But as per the meaning, the action that should happen first is adopting the right strategy, working hard, adopting the right strategy. And the action that should happen second is not succeeding in the examination. So in this statement, one word does not fit. And the word that does not fit here is yet. Yet must be replaced with though. He did not succeed in the examination, though he worked hard and adopted the right strategy. Now the sentence makes sense. He worked hard, adopted the right strategy is the action that is completed first. Not succeeding in the examination, the action is completed second. Though is also a contrast indicator connecting one positive idea and one negative idea. That is also completely fine. So correct sentence must be, he did not succeed in the examination, though he worked hard and adopted the right strategy. Though is the same as even though. Even though he worked hard and adopted the right strategy also makes sense. The error is in part B. Getting it? The next one. He has lots of money and he will not help anyone. Now if I say these usages, lot of, a lot of, lots of, a lots of. Which of these usages is so are correct? That's my question. Lot of is a wrong usage. Lot of is a wrong usage. A lot of is a correct usage. Lots of is also a correct usage. A lots of is a wrong usage. Now, a lot of is the same as lots of. I have a lot of friends is the same as I have lots of friends. Now come to the statement once again. He has lots of money. Lots of is a correct usage. And he has lots of money is the same as he has a lot of money. The same meaning. He has lots of money and he will not help anyone. We have two ideas in this sentence. One idea is he has lots of money. The other idea is he will not help anyone. He has lots of money is positive. There's no negative term here, positive. He will not help anyone is negative. So we have one positive idea and one negative idea in this statement. And is what indicator? And is a support indicator must always connect either two positive ideas or two negative ideas. A support indicator can never connect one positive idea and one negative idea. That is the error. The error is in part B. Now as we have a negative idea and a positive idea in this statement, we need to use a contrast indicator here and not a support indicator. So it cannot be and, it must be but. He has lots of money, but he will not help anyone. But is a contrast indicator connecting a positive idea and a negative idea. That concept is completely fine. Now the whole statement is grammatically correct. The next one. Because he is intelligent, therefore he gets good marks in all the examinations. Because he is intelligent, therefore he gets good marks in all the it must be examinations. It's a printing mistake. Examinations. Because is a cause and effect indicator. Therefore is also a cause and effect indicator. We have two cause and effect indicators. Therefore also I gave in the list of cause and effect indicators. We have two cause and effect indicators in this sentence. Error is with redundancy. Going from the left to the right. Therefore is not required here. The error is in part B. Because he is intelligent, he gets good marks in all the examinations. Because the cause and effect indicator must connect a positive reason and a positive result or negative reason and a negative result. The reason here is he is intelligent. He is intelligent is a reason here, positive. The result here is he gets good marks in all the examination, positive. Positive reason, positive result. The concept of cause and effect indicators is completely fine. The sentence started this way. Because he is intelligent, present tense. He gets good marks, present tense. Started in the present, ended in the present, tense consistency is there. That concept is also completely fine. Now the given statement is grammatically, this statement is grammatically correct. In the given statement, the error is in part B. Therefore is not required here. It becomes redundant. superfluous, extraneous. Come to the next one. If it was, it's it actually, it's a printing mistake. It's not if, it's it. It was almost 10 years since he wrote a letter to me asking about my well-being. We have two ideas in this sentence. It was almost 10 years is one idea. He wrote a letter to me asking about my well-being is the second idea. The other idea. So this is the first idea, this is the second idea. So we have two ideas in this sentence along with since. The exception regarding the usage of since we discussed in tenses. When there are two ideas in a sentence along with since, the idea before since must be present perfect or present perfect continuous, and the idea after since must be simple past tense. This is an exception regarding the usage since. Now we'll see whether that statement is fine or not. That rule is fine or not. Come to the idea after since. Since he wrote a letter to me, he wrote a letter, the pronoun he is the subject here, wrote is V2 and subject plus V2 is simple past. So the idea after since is a simple past tense, that is completely fine. The idea before since must be in the present perfect tense or in the present perfect continuous tense. Come to the idea before since. It was almost 10 years is simple past tense. The idea before since cannot be simple past tense. The idea before since must be present perfect tense. That is the error. The answer is part A. The correct sentence must be, it has almost been 10 years. It has almost been 10 years. Has almost been is has plus V3. Been is V3 here and has plus V3 is present perfect. It has almost been 10 years. It has almost been 10 years since he wrote a letter to me asking about my well-being. The idea before since is present perfect. The idea after since is simple past. The exception regarding the usage of since is completely fine. Now the given statement is grammatically, now this statement is grammatically correct. In the given sentence, the error is in part B. Got it? Come to the next one. We'll go for something on sentence improvement. Write down the address lest you may forget. Lest you may forget. Write down the address lest you may forget. Lest will be followed by should. Lest will be followed by should. So based on a simple rule, option D is eliminated, option B is eliminated, option A is eliminated. The answer must be option C. Write down the address lest you may forget. Lest is followed by should. Write down the address is positive. You may forget is negative. You may forget it. It in the sense the address. You may forget it is negative. Less is a contrast indicator connecting one positive idea and one negative idea. That is also completely fine. Since he worked hard, he failed to secure good marks. Since is a cause and effect indicator, must always connect a positive reason and a positive result or negative reason and a negative result. He worked hard is positive. He failed to secure good marks is negative. A cause and effect indicator, I gave a list of cause and effect indicators. Since a cause and effect indicator can never connect a positive idea and a negative idea, so we know that the given statement is grammatically wrong. We have one negative idea and one positive idea here, so undoubtedly we have to use a contrast indicator here. Among the four options, how many contrast indicators are there? Only one contrast indicator, that is though. As is not a contrast indicator, as is a cause and effect indicator, eliminated. When is not at all a contrast indicator. In fact, I did not give when in the list of any kind of indicators, eliminated. The answer must be though. Though he worked hard, he failed to secure good marks. Though is a contrast indicator. The first idea is positive, the second idea is negative. That concept is completely fine. The sentence started in the past tense, ended in the past tense. Tense constant is also there. The answer is option C. The next one. The problem was so complicated to be solved in a day. Now, so cannot be followed by to. So will be followed by that. TOO2. To will be followed by TO2. It's always so that to. In the given statement, so is followed by to. So option D is eliminated. Very cannot be followed by that. Very cannot be followed by to as well. Based on that, option B is gone. We want TOO2 in this statement because TO2 is there. Based on that, C is eliminated. The answer must be option A. The problem was too complicated to be solved in a day. The same idea in the so that form becomes, the problem was so complicated that it could not be solved in a day. The same meaning. The problem was too complicated to be solved in a day is the same as the problem was so complicated that it could not be solved in a day. The next one. Understand the meaning. The man ate an apple, an orange, and washed his hands. Now, in fact, according to the meaning, how many things did the man eat? Two things. One is an apple, the other one is an orange. And washed his hands. So after eating an apple and an orange, the man washed his hands. This must be the meaning of this sentence. Only this meaning makes sense. If I say, if there are only two entities, if I say I bought a pen, a pencil. Or if I bought two entities, those two entities should get connected by and. If I say I have bought a pen and a pencil. Only two entities are bought and those two entities are getting connected by and. If I have bought three entities, the last two entities must get connected by and. If I have bought three entities, the second entity and the third entity must get connected by and. If I say I bought a pen, I bought a pencil, I bought a book, it must be I have bought a pen, a pencil and a book. A pen, a pencil and a book. So three entities are there means the second entity and the third entity must get connected by and. If there are more than three entities, the last two entities every time must get connected by and. According to this sentence, he ate only two things. One is an apple, the other one is an orange. And after eating these two things, he washed his hands. That must be the meaning. Come to the given statement. The man ate an apple, an orange and washed his hands means, according to sentence, he ate three things. One is an apple, the other one is an orange, and the last entity is washed his hands. He ate, washed his hands also, which does not make any sense. Option D is eliminated. Come to option A. The man ate an apple and an orange, comma, and washed his hands. Now, we use a comma before and when and connects to different ideas. We have two ideas here. The man ate an apple and an orange is one idea. Washed his hands is the other idea. So we have two ideas connected by and. In such a case, we have to go for a comma. Comma is already there. A comma before and. So the meaning of this statement is he ate two things. One is an apple and the other one is an orange. And these two things are connected using and. That is completely fine. And after eating these two things, what he did? He washed his hands. And washed his hands. This and is connecting the first idea and the second idea. As and is connecting two ideas here, we have to use a comma before and. If I say Rahul and Sunil are playing, there's no comma here, full stop. Rahul is playing, comma, and Sunil is studying. We have two ideas connected by and, so we need to go for a comma before and. Rahul is playing, comma, and Sunil is studying. Similarly here, we have two ideas connected by and, so we're using a comma before and. The two entities that the man ate are, one is an apple, the other one is an orange, and those two entities are getting connected by and. Completely fine, must be considered. Leave, come to Bombay. The man ate an apple, an orange, washed his hands. An and is missing here, an and is missing here as well. Option B is eliminated. Come to C. The man ate an apple, an orange, and his washed hands. The man ate an apple, an orange, and his washed hands means he ate three things here. One is apple, other one is orange, and the last one is washed hands. Does not make sense. Eliminated. The answer must be option A. The man ate an apple and an orange, comma, and washed his hands. Come on, next one. Understand meaning. Every statement must make sense. The regular use of alcohol, even a peg, tends to cause mischief in many ways to various organs of the body. Now, come to option A. The regular use of alcohol, although a peg, tends to cause mischief in many ways to various organs of the body, does not make sense here. Eliminated. Come to option B. Even a pegs, a and an are used with singular countable nouns. We discussed in subjective agreement. We'll discuss in detail in articles as well. A pegs is a wrong usage because pegs is a plural noun. A cannot be used with a plural noun. Eliminated. The regular use of alcohol and a peg. The regular use of alcohol and a peg means the regular use of alcohol is there and a peg is there extra to it. In addition to it, eliminated. The answer must be option D. The regular use of alcohol, even a peg, tends to cause mischief in many ways to various organs of the body. That means even if we take at least a peg, that causes mischief in many ways to various organs of the body. The given statement completely makes sense, grammatically correct. The answer must be option D. The regular use of alcohol, even a peg, tends to cause mischief in many ways to various organs of the body. I like tea and I like coffee. I like tea and I like coffee becomes an error with redundancy because I like is used twice. So based on redundancy, option D is eliminated. Come to option A. I like tea to coffee. I like tea to coffee is wrong. I prefer tea to coffee is correct. So option A is eliminated. I'll tell you about the word prefer in the next topic. I like tea after coffee. That means after taking coffee, I like tea. Does not make sense. I like tea and tea after coffee means first comes coffee, then comes tea. Does not make sense. Come to option C. I like both tea and coffee. Both will be followed by and. In this statement, both is followed by and. That total is completely fine. The answer must be option C. I like tea and coffee. And the meaning of it is, I like tea, I like coffee. The answer is option C. My sister does not know whether tomorrow was a holiday for her. My sister does not know. The sentence started in the past. The whole statement must be in the past tense, tense consistency. Was is, the sentence started in the present tense. The whole sentence must be in the present tense. Only then there will be tense consistency. Was is past tense. There is no tense consistency here. Based on that, option D is eliminated. Come to option A. My sister does not know whether tomorrow is a holiday to her. Option C says whether tomorrow is a holiday for her. Holiday to her is wrong. It must be holiday for her. Based on that, option A is eliminated. My sister does not know. Come to option B. Whether tomorrow would be a holiday for her. The sentence started in the present. Would is a past tense of will. No tense consistency. Option B is eliminated. Now come to C. My sister does not know whether tomorrow is a holiday for her. Started in the present, ended in the present. Tense consistency is there. The answer must be option C. Tomorrow is not referring to the action here. It's just the day. If tomorrow is referring to the action means then it must be in the future tense. According to this statement, tomorrow is not referring to the action. It is just mentioned as a day. My sister does not know whether tomorrow is a holiday for her. The answer must be option C. So we have discussed questions on all the concepts in the topic conjunctions. In this exercise itself, we came across concepts in tenses, concepts on tenses, conditional sentences and subjective agreement. The concepts that appear in the topic tenses, subjective agreement, all those were there in this exercise. So a good knowledge of all the topics is required. We discussed the exercise on conjunctions. We discussed an exercise on tenses, subjective agreement, We'll go for some more grammar topics, then we'll start with the parajumble part, the verbal logic part, like parajumbles, reading comprehension, cloze test, and fill in the blank questions. So this exercise is on the topic conjunctions. So we have gone for it. Hope it was very clear to you. Thank you.